Perfect. Leave. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Today we have an interesting topic for you. Only give me 1 minute to everything is okay here in my YouTube channel. Perfect. Everything is okay here. Okay, guys. Well, it's time to share with you the topic. And honestly, I made this topic because it's very important for you know what is the famous Mexican migration map. Okay, you need to know for any procedure we have a step one, step two, step three, step four. Yes, here you imagine that make the step one and you want to jump until step four. In Mexican migration, it's not possible because you need to respect rules. You need to respect certain um, ways. Okay. However, in this YouTube live, I'm going to show you that famous Mexican migration map. I I did this map for you, recollect information, accurate information of course in website official about my institution here in Mexico and certain consulate. Okay, it will reading certain. I don't know how to say in English, but certain requirements for Mexican consulate and Instituto Nacional de Migración. Okay, because they have apart this one, apart in this, you know, superior migration law. Each institute have their own requirements. Yes, what is the mission? What is the objective? What are you required? Certain service is certain points that everyone who work in the Mexican Consulate or Instituto Nacional de Migración here in Mexico, INM, and need to follow. Yes, in addition, certain service who explain all the points. Well, all those information, I recollect the most important, and well, I create this Mexican map. Yes, Mexican migration map. You will. After finish this um, parenthesis, before continue and explain this topic, I would like to be honest with you. And the most important is maybe you know this, that my English is not correctly in certain pronunciation. My apologize for it. By the way, is my mother language is Spanish. My point is trying to use this language for share with you this knowledge because my intention in share with you those kinds of topic in my last YouTube life is because I know people, foreign people who they don't speak Spanish. Then trying to find information sometimes on YouTube, on Google, on official websites. Yes, but what is the problem? Sometimes in official websites appear in Spanish. Yes, all the knowledge or all the information that you need to know sometimes is in Spanish. Yes, you are able to translate that, but the means sometimes change. The context change. Okay, and however, my point is that helping you in understand the procedures in general, of course, because it's a lot information who I need to recollect. I need to, make sure it will create a presentation for you. But those points who I'm going to share with you, they are very important for you. They are the first step to, navigate for Mexican migration. Okay, before share that, and I'm going to show you my presentation. Okay, guys, well, I am ready. I am ready to explain that. Thank you so much. The topic is like this, and I don't want to repeat again that, but well, this is the topic. Um, what we will cover in this life. In this life, I'm going to share with you three points: simplify, process view, deadline, and top recommendation. If you follow exactly those points, believe me, you don't have any problems to make for yourself this procedure, okay? But the most important is you need to before navigate in this experience to get your Mexican visa. It's important for you to revise of seek all the information. Yes, all the information you are able to find it in your Mexican consulate. But well, I'm going to explain that more. Um, I'm going to explain more in different page. Okay, but well, this is the Mexican migration map. It's missing two points, but well, in this part, I'm going to show you this one. Those steps. The first step is you need to know which category you want to apply under to obtain your resident card, or because the objective is obtain, of course, your Mexican visa, but your Mexican visa have unproposed. What did you propose? Being temporary or be permanent. Okay, that is the objective. Always, I'm going to show my screen. Give me a second. Well, no, I'm going to show me. For example, always, this is an image for a Mexican visa. Okay, in this point here, say the objective. This visa is for get um, temporary residency. Okay, residencia temporal in Spanish. That is the objective in this example about this Mexican visa. And you need to know it. You need to know what is your intention. You need to know that before go to the consulate, okay? Because the second step is find the consulate. Okay, you know what category you fall into the requirements. Yes, you know that maybe you have that opportunity to apply for temporary residency for solvency, and maybe you have that opportunity to apply for job offer in temporary residency, or maybe you are able to apply for permanent residency in different categories who I explained with you in my last due to life. Okay. The second step is, of course, find the consulate, because when you find the consulate, I told you in the beginner when I did my YouTube life, you need to know your consulate. You need to know about that institution. What is the person who working in that place? They are friendly person. They are unfriendly person, and you need to know apart of those requirements that I give you, what another addition requirement they need. What is the form who that Mexican consulate made appointment? Yes, you need to know that. And after, well, prepare the documents. Either the fourth step, the step four is attend the visa interview and the consulate. I'm going to show you all this course. I'm going to show you all this in this YouTube live. And give me a sec. Because your objective is obtain this sticker, Mexican visa sticker on your passport. That is the objective. Well, you notice that here say residencia temporal, temporary residency. This Mexican visa, the objective is this one. If the category is obtain your resident card for temporary residency. Okay, for this example, here you get this Mexican visa on your passport. You finish your first step in Mexican migration. Yes, but in your where you live right now, you live outside to my country. Your first your first target is get this Mexican visa in your city, in your country, not in my country, in your country. Because the first place when you navigate for Mexican migration is in a consulate. Okay, that is your objective. But well, I explained with you before to before to find your Mexican consulate, and you need to know which category you want to apply. Yes, this is very important for you because imagine that you don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. You have a good intention to go to the Mexican consulate and asking like any person now because we are humans and we love to communicate to other person. We love to obtain information physical, but sometimes it's not easy to get and that information physical sometimes, and you need to revise in website, you need to revise in certain resources and YouTube, on YouTube, sorry, on Google, I don't know. It's important for you, it's your responsibility to know in in what category in what category you fall. Yes, for temporary residency or for permanent residency. I give you in my last YouTube live the requirements about those options. And remember, permanent residency for retired people, people who they have an age in 60 years old. Yes, it will provide higher solvency. In temporary residency is igual, it's the same to solvency, but it's not higher, and you need to know that depending your consulate. Well, another requirement that you need to know for apply for temporary residency. I told you in the beginner, job offered or maybe for education offer, or maybe because you have solvency, or maybe because you bought and land here in my country, well, you are able to apply for it, or maybe you have invest. I don't know, or maybe you have a family. You need to know that in my last YouTube live, okay? Um, and after, that is the point, more general. Those categories you apply for economic solvency, for job offer, for family unit, or etc. to others options. Yes, this is your first responsibility. Okay, I am Steve, and I would like to apply for get my Mexican visa because I would like to live in Mexico. I would like to be a resident. I would like to be live legal in that country in Mexico. Before to hire someone and before to go to my Mexican consulate, and I need to know what is my category. I have that solvency to apply for permanent residency, or maybe my economic solvency is eh, mm, gave me that opportunity to apply for temporary residency. Yes, that is you need to wondering and resolve those questions. Okay. Yes, the first point is done. Okay, Luis, I know what is my category. I know in my case, in my condition, in my circumstance, I am able to apply for temporary residency, or I am able to apply for permanent residency. I don't. I, I, I do. I hope you understand that. I do a checklist for my life, for my circumstance, for my economic solvency, for my conditions, and I am able to apply for any residency, okay? For temporary residency or permanent residency. The second point, I told you, find the consulate. The famous Consulado General de México, or the famous Mexican consulate of your country. That is your second, give me a second. Sorry, I don't know. My throat, it was dry. Ah, I am good right now. Perfect. This is the second step, Mexican consulate. You need to find it. You need to find it is because that place would be your second home. Yes, your second home because in this place you will do certain conditions, yes, certain activities, certain requirements, interviews. Sometimes you have I don't know, maybe depend your perspective. Maybe you visit this Mexican consulate one, two, three, or four times. I don't know. Depend, of course, if you follow all the rules. Maybe in your first opportunity to arrive there, you get your Mexican visa, or maybe in the second 3 days. But maybe you visit a Mexican consulate in 2 times. Yes, or maybe you visit that consulate for I don't know several times, yes, several opportunities to visit that institute. But I don't know, my point is you need to create that feeling in that institute. Yes, create that feeling, imagine that, and this person you need to become in your best friend. That is that perspective. Change the hard moment, or maybe for people who sometimes on YouTube share their own experience, bad experience for Mexican consulate, remove that and let it go. Those thoughts. It's your perspective, it's your life. You need to change that energy. Yes, that Mexican consulate is your friend. Visualize it. Okay, the second step is find the consulate, locate the nearest Mexican consulate, your country or residency. Because I told you this information in, in last in YouTube live, but I don't know, depend a lot because sometimes you and that Mexican consulate is in your own country where you born, okay, or maybe you are not in your country, you are in other country, but in that country you live legal. You have a residency, you have bank statement. I don't know. In that place, you are able to apply in a Mexican consulate because you have a residence. Yes, that is the best option for you. Mexican consulates um, revise it. Okay, you want to apply for temporary residency. My first objective is you in this country, you are legal. You born here or you are resident here. I don't know. The second point is when you locate your Mexican consulate, because I told you before, um, you need to you need to know your consulate. You need to know what is the requirement for them because each consulate they have their own rules. Yes, each consulate make appointments on website, and each consulate make appointments for email, in person, or WhatsApp. You notice that when you send an email, if they don't respond you for 1 week, maybe you need to revise if they have a WhatsApp, who you are able to make an appointment, or maybe if not, you need to go to person. Well, you need to find options, yes. But however, you in this case, you need to. Well, I told you, you need to know your Mexican consulate. Here you're working for an immigration facilitator. Okay, maybe that person um, doing their work to know that Mexican consulate, yes, and give that option. What is the way that you are able to make an appointment? Yes, but here doing here, if you navigate alone in make for your own resources and get your and your Mexican visa, okay, you need to know what options: website, email, in person, or WhatsApp, because each consulate might have different documentation requirements and verify them before your appointment. Okay, this is a very interesting point for you. I told you, each consulate, they have their own rule. Yes. Um, Before to make an appointment, you need to ask them, hey, what kinds of documents do you need to apply for? Because my intention is apply for and temporary residency, insolvency, or what is your requirements? Because I would like to apply for temporary residency because I have job offered. Yes, I don't know, but you need to reach out that Mexican consulate and give you the information before to go to the before you make your appointment, because I told you it's easy for you to catch information in different places, but each person they have different experience. Is not the same. Imagine that it's not the same for Maria than Steve. Yes, they have different life, they have different conditions. Not because Maria, it was easy for her to get a Mexican visa, would be easy for you to get your Mexican visa. Okay? You need to understand that. But the most important is you need to reach out that Mexican consulate in information. The accurate information is asking directly in that Mexican consulate when you apply. Yes, if you hire someone, I told you, that person make that work. But if not, if you don't hire someone, okay, you for your own resources, you need to get that information. Mhm. Well, the second step is done. You um you know your category. You find your Mexican consulate. You know all the requirements that they need for your category. You make your appointment or you get your appointment, and after you have a date in, for go to that Mexican consulate. The three step is prepare your documents. Yes, don't do in the end. these activities. If you have time to prepare your documents, it's better for you. Take advantage in your time because um, there are certain documents that you need to translate, you need to apostille, and you need to fill. And well, don't do it in the end. It's your priority to make that work. Yes, you hire someone, they give you the point by point, but you need to do that. I told you again, or I'm going to say it again. Don't do it in the end. It's your priority before go to your appointment. Okay, prepare your documents because when you prepare your documents is before the interview. You you bring all your documents, give those documents and the official staff, and after you have an interview. Yes, but I'm going to explain that in another step. But my point or my recommendation in this option is don't overestimate documents. Yes, don't overestimate documents. For example, I know certain Mexican consulate, they don't need photos. Yes, they don't need photos because they have the machine to take you a picture. Yes, I don't know. But in in the requirements, they require for you to bring photos. Yes, okay, bring those photos. No matter what, they don't need that, but bring those photos. Because imagine that you are in the Mexican consulate and they ask you bring your photos and you say no, I don't bring my photos. And okay, that is a requirement. Well, you need to make another appointment because it's a requirement. Bring your photos. Well, I can't advance to other step because you don't bring your photos. Yes, don't overestimate it. Bring all the documents. Here you have, I don't know, apart your bank statement, you bring a letter for your official bank or financial company who in that letter say, I don't know, in this bank statement who the name for Steve and that amount and that information it's acquired. I don't know, imagine that. But that letter appear on a sticker for that bank or financial company, and after they put a signature. Yes, don't overestimate that letter. It's not plus. Bring it because I don't know. When you make procedures, when require bureaucracy, in governments, in Mexican consulate or American consulate, I don't know. And never you need to overestimate. It's Mexican culture sometimes for us because, for example, for Mexican people, when we need to do um, any procedure here in our country, sometimes in the website appear certain documents. Okay, and give you an option. Can you bring one of these documents? You are able to apply for it. Okay, but imagine that they require my ID, but apart about my ID, they need my passport or they need my birthday and certificate. I don't know. Okay, I bring my ID. In the process, they told me, hey, Luis, okay, you bring your ID, but I need your birthday certificate. No, but it's in the website saying I bring one of those documents, and I have you give me that permission to finish this procedure. But another side, another person say no, because I need your birthday certificate, and you need to go again. You need to make another appointment. Well, sometimes it's not a good moment, a good experience. Yes. Well, maybe you follow my idea, my example, but in this case, come back to Mexican immigration. Don't overestimate documents. Bring all the documents. If you hire someone, they give you what is the correct organization, input your documents. If no, bring all the documents. The most important is um, your first file, your first paper is of course your passport, and after your complete visa application, your photos, your proof financial, and other kinds of documents. Okay, this is an example, but you need to bring all. Don't overestimate documents. Believe me, don't overestimate documents. Perfect. Prepare documents is done. Okay, the official staff receive all your documents. They revise all your documents, and they notice each document is good. You comply with all the requirements. Yes. The fourth step is attend the visa interview at the consulate. Yeah, imagine that is when you get your job interview, the first interview when you get a job, you are so nervous. Yes, you have a lot of thoughts running in your mind, no? And sometimes you doubt into you hesitate to yourself because you feel unsure. I don't know, a lot of emotions. But the most important in this scenario is trying to calm down, breathe. Yes, breathe, calm down. Everything is okay. If you say, if you are honest with the official staff, everything is okay. Don't hide any information. The most important is in this point is bring all your documents. The official staff receive the document and you comply for all the requirements. If you bring all documents in original, in copy, you have a post-it and translate those documents. Um, the consulate will review your application and might ask questions about your intent to live in Mexico. That is the point. However, my recommendation for you is be prepared for the interview at the consulate. If you hire someone, that person say you the key. If you don't hire someone, I'm going to give you that recommendation. Normally, the wonderings or the questions for official staff, it's about your documents. Imagine that you apply because you apply for temporary residency because you comply for solvency. you are able to apply for temporary residency because your economic solvency give that permission to get it. Okay? It may be the official staff asks you, where are you going to live? It may be you say, I don't know, it's random. Mm, it's not a good answer. Be confident when you give your answer. I going to Cancun, I going to Merida, I going to Guadalajara, I going to Mexico City, I going to Oaxaca. I don't know. Depend your favorite place in Mexico. You need to say that completely confident. Okay? Don't hesitate and don't say trying to be directly with that in your answers. Where are you going to live? In Mexico City, in Querétaro. Oh, perfect. What are you going to do for living in Mexico? Okay, I have my job, but well, I going to. My intention is visit that, and I would like to buy something that, and I have my job or I working in freelancer, and yes, to bring that document to a company, give that permission to work in remote, yes, and you bring that document, you show that document in the official staff, if they know that okay, apart your solvency, who you told me, you continue to making money. It's good for you. Okay. Or if no, imagine that you apply for job offer. Maybe the official staff ask, what is the company? What is the Mexican company? And who is your boss? Um, how how what is the amount when you earn in money? For example, what is your oh, I forget this point. But maybe you follow that. Suppose what is the name about the Mexican company? Where is your salary? Yes, your salary. Ah, well, this is my salary. This is my boss. This is the company. This company is located in Querétaro or in Mexico City or I don't know, in those place, in those street, and in those address. Okay, perfect. That the Mexican official staff know that you know your intention. Perfect. And well, you you make all these points who I give you in this moment. You have that opportunity to approve, and the Mexican Consulate will place a temporary or permanent visa sticker on your visa. That is an example. You, if you get that Mexican visa on your passport, you finish. You work in the Mexican Consulate. Yes. Give me a second. If you get this one, a sticker on your passport, like in this example, you finish your first step in Mexican immigration in get your residency, permanent residency or temporary residency. Yes, like my example, this one, sticker on your passport. And well, mm, the deadline or the point is when you get it, when you got it, sorry, you have 180 days to come to Mexico. This Mexican visa is valid for one entry to my country. Remember those points. Write down those points because it's important for you. The first, not because you get your Mexican visa, you need to come to Mexico quickly. No, you have 180 days to come to Mexico. You need to, but my advice for you is don't eat, don't do it in the end. Forget your resident card because that is your second step in Mexican migration. Get your resident card. Yes, but you have 100, 180 days. Please don't do in the end. And when you come to Mexico, priori- prioritize to come to Mexico for 1 month, not for 1 week or 2 weeks, because the Net Institute is completely different to Mexican Consulate. Yes, um, and you need to know something. Each institute, that institute I told you in my last YouTube live is INM in give me a second. Give me a second. National Migration Institute. Well, that is the point. National Immigration Institute, INM, is correct. And they have their own rules. They have their own method to get appointments, and they have a lot work every single day. You are not the only person. There are a lot of persons who make different procedures. However, my recommendation for you, when you come to Mexico, come more than only 1 week or 2 weeks. Come for 1 month, you have that opportunity. Or maybe you don't have that opportunity to come for 1 month, maybe in 3 weeks. But my recommendation for you, while you have more time, is better. Okay? Don't overestimate it. Well, the most important here is you have 180 days. Don't don't let to expire your Mexican visa. It's another point because it's not so certain INM, they are completely special when you get your residency. When you make that procedure to get your resident card, and when they notice that your passport, your Mexican visa is expired, oof, I don't have that opportunity about my clients. Honestly, I don't want to lie you what happened, but maybe don't let your Mexican visa expire. You have 180 days. But my recommendation for you is don't let your Mexican visa expire. Okay? Mm, And yes, it's done. The step number 4. Now let's continue those last steps. Travel to Mexico and complete the residency process, canje process. Because canje in Spanish, but in English is exchange. is you get your residency card. Okay, but well, I'm going to explain you those recommendations, points, but you need to know in those steps. Yes, in travel to Mexico and complete your residency. But well, you get your Mexican visa. You are completely excited to come to Mexico because maybe you have that opportunity to visit my country, and when you apply for temporary residency or permanent residency because you feel that connection with my country, no? Maybe because the Mexican people they are friendly person, maybe because the food is delicious, maybe about the views, maybe the beach. I don't know what is your intention, but the most important is congratulations. Come to Mexico. Mexico um, open, open our hand. I don't know, and give you a big hug. Yes, because we are those persons who love to receive person, and yes, then everything. They are good Mexican person. They are good Mexican person. But the majority experience for foreign people who live here in Mexico, they say the Mexican people, they are the most friendly person who you know. Then you know, okay? Or maybe those persons say apart to Mexican people because they love the tacos, they love the chili sauces, or maybe because the energy, the mystery, um, the certain entertainment change your your perspective in Mexico. Yeah, well, in this step, it's important to say to immigration staff that you are entry as residency. Okay, what do you mean? You come to Mexico when you drop off in the plane, and when you walk in the hill, um, the first intention is go to the Mexican to the immigration staff, and you need to before show your passport about your information. You need to show it. A immigration staff. My intention to entry in Mexico is because I want to get my residency card. Okay, I am residence. I am residency. I am not a tourist person. I am residency. Say here, residencia temporal. I am resident. Okay, don't show your passport, and after you show this in the end. No, the first option is show this in the beginning. Hey, immigration staff, I am Steve. My intention come to Mexico or entry to Mexico is because I need to recover my resident card because I am resident, not a tourist. Yes, because if you don't show it, the immigration staff they don't ask your intention about if you are a tourist or if you are a resident. Yes, they don't ask for for that point. Only they ask for certain question, but no. Well, in the system they put okay. I received Steve. Steve with he have that intention to live in Querétaro. I don't know, but how Steve don't show the Mexican visa, and then Steve doesn't say I am residency. The immigration staff put in the system Steve entry in my country like a tourist. And it's ambiguous. biggest problem because affect your procedure inside my country. That is my recommendation. It's important for you to say to immigration staff that you are entry as resident. Okay, and when you say that, okay, you present your passport with your visa and immigration, you receive an FMM, in Spanish is Formato Migratorio Múltiple, and they mark in that form this, you know, word, canje, in English, change. In addition, in your Mexican visa, they do the same. In this example about my client, the immigration staff, you notice that they put that canje, exchange, and the immigration staff a sticker. Then this person, my client, entry in my country in the 18 in June 18 in 2024. Okay, the intention is to enter my country is because this person have that intention to recover his resident card. Okay, however, immigration staff automatically put this visa is for canje, and and well, I'm going to show you that recommendation in the last step. Very well. Before to finish this step, okay, you show your Mexican visa. I forgot something, Mr. This is important. The FMM is this one, guys. Is this form. You need to fill in this form. It's very important to fill this form. Okay, this form you are able to do it in your phone. When you show this one in the immigration staff, and they give something who maybe in the QR, you are able to to get this form in your phone and fill in, put your information. Okay, but it's very important for you get this form because this form it's important in your second step for navigate and get your resident card. Okay, this is a very important form like was this. Yeah, okay, I show you those documents, visa and the FMM. And yes, that point is done. You got your FMM in your passport, the immigration staff a sticker, canje. They know that you enter my country because you are residency here in my country. They know that. They put all the information in their system. Okay, immigration system. The second step is complete the residency process, canje process, the change process. You need to go in this place. That is your second home. This is your second home because, for example, here if your intention is live in Merida, you you have that intention to live in Merida because you want to buy on land, and I don't know, this place is the most beautiful place for you. Okay, you need to locate that institute in Merida. That institute, you need to become in your best friend because that institute is not only forget your resident card. This institute is useful for different procedures that sometimes inside my country you need to do for certain, you know, procedures. For example, for apply for Mexican license drive. Yes, and sometimes in Merida, for example, they require it, and you need to bring a letter by INM. In Spanish is Instituto Nacional de Migración, who give you that letter. Yes, or imagine that you change to other location. You need to notify to that institute about your new location. You, this institute is not only for recover your resident card, it's for different procedures. Depend the circumstance. Okay, okay, sorry, but well, is my point about this institute. That institute you need to become in your best friend. It's important. In the beginner, maybe you need of someone, but during your stay here in my country, maybe you get my language, or maybe you speak my language. I don't know. The immigration staff sometimes they become familiar with you because they know who are you. Not in the beginner, but here you are constantly person who show up in that institute. They know about you. Yes, but well, my point is that place, this institute, you need to become in your best friend. In this institute, ah, yeah, another certain point. Before show my presentation, maybe when I show this example about Mexican visa, you know this apart to canje, you know this you know number and words. Yes, this written is in Spanish. Well, 30 in Spanish is the same in US. Yes, sorry, in US. Yes, I don't know. Sorry, 30, 30, and días in Spanish, and days in English, 30 days. This visa now inside my country, you have 30 days to get your resident card. 30 days, not more. Only 30 days. Okay, why? You have 30 days to complete the canje process to exchange your visa for resident card at the National Immigration Institute. It's important for you guys prioritize before to go to the beach, before to the go to visit, I don't know, archaeology site or visit restaurant, museum, to other entertainment place. My recommendation for you is you need to prioritize to get your resident card because nowadays, well, this institute they have a lot work every single day. Right now, because in my second point is visit the INM office on the city where you reside. Yes, you need to visit that place. But I am But well, what is my intention here? When you go in this place, that place is a crowd to the people. A lot people visit that place. A lot people every single day in the morning. A lot foreign people make different procedures. Canje and change locations, you know, renew a lot different procedures. And you don't overestimate, do this procedure in the end. Is your priority to get your resident card. When you get your resident card, okay, go on to the beach, go on to the museum, go on to visit an archaeological site. But I told you in this presentation, if you come to Mexico for 1 month. If you are able to visit my country for 1 month. Why? Because obtain your resident card depend a lot about this institute. Sometimes in 1 week you get your residency card, or maybe less. Sometimes in 2 weeks, sometimes in 3 weeks. But the most important is you need to put this task in your prioritize, your first prioritize. Yes, get your residency card. But before to visit this institute, you need to make an appointment, online appointment. Right now, we have that option. Yes, because this option appeared in September, the last year. Yes, September. I think so. Yes, September. And this institute update for people who they want to visit this institute. Before visit that institute, you need to make an appointment, make online appointment. Yes, before September 2024, the people they need to arrive completely early in make that procedure. Yes, in Merida, in Merida, for example, and in the beginner, it was arrive completely early. There are people who sometimes arrive between 7 a.m., 6 a.m., 5 a.m., because a lot of people have different procedures. Yes. And after they change the play, okay, they change the game. Now, if you want to get an appointment, you need to arrive here in this institute before 12 o'clock. Yes, 12 p.m. If you arrive early, you need to wait until 12 p.m. to get your appointment. In that appointment, sometimes it was in 1 week, 2 week, or 3 weeks, depend the bunch the people. The bunch the people. Yes. Nowadays is online appointment. Depend your procedure, depend your way to appear in your appointment. Yes, in 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know. Can you do that alone? Okay. And prioritize it. Open to time to come to Mexico. Can you hire someone when you come to Mexico? They do the task just about get an appointment. And well, they prepare certain documents while you arrive here. Well, it's important for you. Prioritize this option. However, my recommendation is hire someone who you don't know anything in Spanish. I told you in a video here in my channel, don't overestimate the follows or the rules in this mm, Mexican migration. Yes, more when you are inside in my country, because not And each institute and INM have staff who they speak English, yes, or your language. Maybe you are a French people, Italy people, and Portuguese people who speak English, yes, not only in US or Canada. No, no, no. You speak other language different to Spanish, yes. The only communication to communicate to Mexican consulate is in English. Well, you in Mexican consulate sometimes it's easy because they know English. It's a requirement for those people who work in that place. But here inside my country is completely different because not all um, INM, Instituto Nacional de Migración, work people who speak English. Yes, and if you don't know anything in Spanish, you don't have a stronger listening in understand Spanish, you are not able. If you are not able to speak Spanish, my recommendation for you is hire someone. Don't save money. Hire someone. That's how that person resonate with your energy. Yes, trying to ask you want in different place or you sometimes in certain YouTube channel recommend facilitators, yes, or maybe hire me. I don't know. It's not my intention, of course, but trying to hire someone who you feel that resonation in good energy. Yes, in that person know the procedure. If that person helping you in get your residency card. Yes, because this person speak my language, it is more easy for them to navigate in this procedure. Okay, okay, but don't overestimate because imagine that nobody speak English and you don't speak Spanish, would be hard for you. Would be hard to navigate this procedure. And well, guys, that is your consideration. It's my recommendation, but if your consideration to hire someone, okay? Depend your skills in speak this language, okay? And well, the last point is I told you a lot points, yes, about this Mexican migration map, but I simplified all the process in this short map, okay? I told you, when you obtain your visa, until report to immigration office and INM, you have a minimum 180 days to report in the immigration office. When you enter to my country, it's different. When you enter my country as resident, you have 30 days to report to Mexican office. Okay? I told you each I told you the information in those steps. Yes? Obtain your consulate, report to immigration office because in the immigration office you receive your resident card. Outside to my country, you have 180 days. But when you come to my country and enter Mexico as resident, when you show, I told you, your Mexican visa, when you obtain this form, FMM, you have 30 days to report to immigration office and receive your resident card. In this institute, you need to to know you need to fill apart these documents who I show you in this live. You need to get others documents. Yes, but well, I'm going to explain that in futures due to life. But well, guys, I hope honestly and this information is completely useful for you. And I hope honestly you are able to understand me in my English. I hope I was clear to share with you this important information for you. If you have that intention to get your Mexican visa in a Mexican consulate, all this information who I gave you is completely useful for you. Okay. Well, guys, my I hope honestly appreciate my effort to share these kinds of information. Not only open my mouth, yeah, show my face and well explain my experience or explain in different steps about this procedure, yes, to get your Mexican visa. My intention for you is show you like in this life step by step because maybe you write down information, maybe you revise this due to life more later to recollect information. I don't know, guys. I am so happy if this information is completely useful for you. Okay, my only support me to follow this channel because helping to other person than you who they have that intention to get and their Mexican visa, they need to know the information and support me to share this information to them and support me to follow this channel. Okay, and my apologize for my English, but I working a lot. I work a lot to increase my English. Yes, in the last year, honestly, my English it was no fluent. Right now, I feel more confident. I make mistake. I know that, but my intention is communicate the information to you. And well, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much watch this and you to live. Thank you so much for spend your time with me. I am so I appreciate it. And well, see you on the next YouTube Live. Take care a lot. Nos vemos pronto.